Good day, this is our video reporting regarding Chapter 2, the phases of crisis management and types of crisis. First, phases of crisis management. Management incidents occur when they are less expected. What makes these incidents a crisis situation is when they go out of control and cause destruction to lives, property, or endanger public safety. According to Book PNP 1999, page 12. There are three phases in crisis management. They are the proactive phase, and second one, the reactive phase, and the post-conflict phase. So first is the proactive phase. Proactive phase, this phase is designed to predict or prevent the probability of occurrence at the same time, prepared to handle them when they occur. At this stage, the crisis managers are looking for rest and managing issues that may snowball into crisis incident. A successful proactive identification of a crisis can reduce its impact. However, failure in identification of this risk creates a reactive situation instead of a proactive intervention. Second one is the reactive phase. This phase is the actual execution or implementation of any contingency plan when a crisis situation occurs despite proactive measures. A. To ensure a high probability of success in neutralizing the perpetrators. And B. To minimize or cushion the adverse effect of the crisis incidents and to ensure a smooth and speedy rehabilitation or return to normalcy. The third one is the post-conflict phase. It is the situation when the proactive and reactive phase are done and plans for post-action and recovery are the focus and put into full implementation. Types of crisis. First is man-made crisis. Man-made crisis, these man-made incidents have an element of human intent, negligence, or error involving a failure of a man-made system, as opposed to natural disasters resulting from natural hazards. A. Civil disturbance, also referred to as civil disorder or civil unrest, is defined as any public disturbance involving acts of violence by assemblages of three or more persons, which causes an immediate danger of or results in danger or injury to the property or person and any other individual. It is characterized by more violent demonstrations, rallies, strikes, or riots in major centers of population that cripple government operations and disrupt essential public services, including labor strikes or demonstrations. Strikes means any temporary stoppage of work by the concerted action of employees as a result of an industrial or labor dispute. A demonstration is a march or gathering which people take part in to show their opposition to something or their support for something. This can range from peaceful sit-in to a full-scale riot in which a mob burns or otherwise destroys property and terrorizes individuals. Second, riots. Riots are violent public disorders, specifically a tumultuous disturbance of the public peace by three or more persons assembled together and acting with a common intent. Third, anarchy. Anarchism is a cluster of doctrines and attitudes centered on the belief that government is both harmful and unnecessary. Anarchy is the general lawlessness and disorder, particularly when thought to result from absence or failure of government. The fourth one is the Huelga ng Bayan. Huelga ng Bayan or People's Strike is a general strike which is but an extended a sympathetic strike. It is work stoppage affecting numerous employers, including a particular employer, to who has no dispute with his employees regarding their terms and conditions of employment. B. Revolt. Revolt: if a large number of people revolt, they refuse to be controlled or ruled and take action against authority, often with the use of violent action, including mutiny. It is any overt act of defiance or attack upon military authority by two or more persons subject to such authority. It is the resistance to and seeking to overthrow lawful authority and disobeying authority in a subversive manner. Second, insurrection. It is an organized and usually violent act of revolt or rebellion against an established government or governing authority of a nation state or other political entity by a group of citizens or subject also in the act of engaging in such revolt. The third one is coup d'etat. It is also called coup. It is the sudden violent overthrow of an existing government by a small group. The chief prerequisite for coup is control of all part of the armed forces, the police, and other military elements. C. Revolution. It is an extra-constitutional attempt to replace one government with another and to effect a fundamental change in type of government. It is usually characterized by a major, sudden, and hence typically violent alteration in government and related associations and structures. D. Border incident refers to boundary and territorial disputes, referred to disputes over the division of land or water bodies among two or more independent countries. Boundary disputes may evolve from historical and or cultural claims or may be brought on by competition for resource exploitation.
Good day, I'm the next superintendent. I will continue the report. Next is war. War is the conflict between political groups involving hostilities of considerable duration and magnitude. It is a conflict carried on by force of arms. It is between nations or between parties within a nation. One, conventional war. It is the use of conventional or traditional means to wage war. The two sides face each other on the battlefield using weapons against each other. With this weapon usually not including biological, chemical, or nuclear substance. Two, biochemical war. It is a warfare with the use of biological and chemical weaponry. A chemical or biological weapon is a weapon of mass destruction as effective attack using a chemical or biological agent can easily kill thousands of people. A chemical weapon is any weapon that uses a manufactured chemical to kill people. A biological weapon uses a bacteria or virus, or in some cases toxins that comes directly from bacteria to kill people. Next is nuclear war. A war in which nuclear weapons are used. It is considered as the most dangerous weapon on earth. One can destroy the whole city, potentially killing millions and jeopardizing the natural environment and lives of future generations through its long-term tropical effect. F. Kidnapping. It is the taking of a person against his or her will or from the control of parents or guardians from one place to another under circumstances in which the person is taking does not have freedom or movement, will or decision through violence, force, threat, or intimidation. G. Hijacking. It is a crime seizing possession or control of a vehicle from another by force or threat of force. Hostage taking. It is a situation in which the perpetrators hold persons captive against their will as bargaining chips. It is non-location, refusing and demand of the authorities to surrender. I. Terrorist activities. According to the Anti-Terrorist Act of 2022, terrorism is committed by any person who under RA 11479 2020 Section 4. Engaging in an act intended to cause death or serious bodily injury to any person or endangered as person's life. Engaging in act intended to cause extensive damage or destruction to a government or public facilities, public place, or private property. Engaging in act intended to cause extensive interference with damage or destruction to critical infrastructure. J. Attack or raids. Violent attacks on government installation, facilities, and vital facilities. Number 2. Natural crisis. Disturbance in the environment and natural crisis. These events are generally beyond the control of human beings. A. Fire. Fire hazard is any condition or act which increase or may cause an increase in the probability of the occurrence of fire, or which may obstruct, delay, hinder, or interference with firefighting operations and the safeguard of life and property. Which is marine or air disaster. Air incidents normally include civil aircraft accidents, while waterborne disaster occur in water areas such as sea, river, and lakes. Most of the disasters are ship mishaps, ship collisions, overloading of passengers and cargoes, mass drowning during fluvial parades. C. Structural collapse. Collapse refers to the failure of the structure or component to maintain its natural integrity. Structure or collapse include buildings, bridges, and trenches. Structural collapse may be caused by natural phenomena such as earthquake, tornadoes, or severe storm. Design and construction defects, fire or explosion, terrorist attack. A structure collapse generally occurs in one or two ways. One is implosion and explosions. Implosions. This type of collapse is caused when interior weight bearing structure lose their integrity and subsequently pull exterior walls into the center of the mass. Explosion. This type of collapse is caused by an outward rush of force from a natural, mechanical, or chemical force which result in the building collapse in the outward direction.
I'm the next reporter, sir. Hazardous waste is the next reporter. Hazardous spill. It is a spill which there is a significant amount of hazardous materials released or what in which release of the substance cannot be controlled. Small chemical spills can have deadly consequences if the substance is highly toxic, corrosive, reactive, or flammable. A. Utility failure like dam, water refilling station. Dali sir, paano sir? Mga kwan sir, mga dam sir, mga dam, mga generator failure, system, nga na sir, basta sila. And if nuclear accident, it is a event has led to significant sequence to the people, the environment, or significant sequence the facility. Example, excluding lethal effects of the individual's large emission activity, release to the environment or reactor. If I change the word G. Okay. G. Food security. Food security is shortage sa mga pagkaon. Kung magira, maggamay ka ng pagkaon. Tapos kung bagyo-bagyo po, typhoon, landa, tsunami, maggamay ka ng pagkaon kay tungod sa panahon. It's fuel shortage. Kaya naman ang fuel shortage kung magira ang dako nga bansa o sila ang nag-produce sa gasolina o sa mga modo para diri sa Pilipinas, parehas to sa Iran o sa Iraq na gira. Tama ba? Iran, Iraq. Hindi nga to sir, tapos nagmahal yung gasolina. Apel tong pandemic, nagmahal yung gasolina, nagkabot o tagsagatos kapin. Next, Syrian epidemic. Epidemic is an outbreak of disease that spread quickly and affect many individuals at the same time. Syrian is a contagious or an infectious epidemic disease that is virulent and devastating. The level of disease are sporadic refers to a disease that occurs frequently and irregularly. Kedua, epidemic. Epidemic refers to the constant, present, or usual prevalence of a disease or infectious na takdan sa sakit. Population with a geographical area. May mga pandemic na monkeypox, hyperendemic refers to the present high level of disease curing. Parang itong COVID sa una, ano naman to? Madala na po ito sa hyperendemic o pandemic man kay magdamo tanan nga bansa hindi po tanan unang pandemic magdali ka magkalat ang mga sakit dahil magdamo. Katatlo, epidemic. Epidemic refers to the increase of often sudden is that in the number of cause in the number of case of a disease above what is normally expected in that population in the area. Example, dengue. Dito sa Bukidnon, ang ako kan, may lang mga 20 sa ano yun, sa Davao, pulo. Olimpiado man ang taga Davao, pulo ng mga dengue record sa isang tuwing. Outbreak. Lima. Outbreak carry the same definition of epidemic but is often used for a more limited geographic area by clinic. Outbreak ay kwan lang by barangay or by city ba? Tama? Cluster refers to the aggregation of case, group in place, and time that are suspected to be greater than the number expected even to the expected number may not be known. Di mabalaan nila, sabi nila gamay lang ang mga na-infected sa masakit, lula sa kabalo, mas damo gali sa isa ka lugar na why na nagkaka-report sa media o sa radyo. Nakabala na to sa social media. Amo na ay kapito pandemic. Ano yung pandemic itong COVID-19 pandemic kay halos sa mga sa kalibutan nga bansa sa ato na agi sa pandemic pag COVID-19 mga tao kabalo taluay lang pagbalsa to na sa kana flood baha mga baha. It is the rising overflowing of the water. Baha gani, overflowing. Pas ng sa kulangi. Magbaha dira ay kusog ulan dito sa bukid dito lapit sa amon sa Laligan, Concepcion, San Fernando. Magkusog ang ulan dira. Magbaha dito sa among sapa. Mo rin magadto diri sa Kulangi River sa Valencia. Mapit na maubos ang dota ng legislature nito. Hindi pagpuspos lagi. Minor flooding. Minor lang ang mag-ulan, magkuhan sa dalan ng tubig kay wala gawasan ng tubig. Tapos natin sa BCI, kung pusog ulan, pundong ng tubig, mga minor lang. Major flooding. Muna rin magkuhan sa mga lake, mga sapa, mga kuhan sa bukid. Basta magkusog ang ulan, muna rin sila kuhan, mga tawag na major flooding. Kay tungod sa kakusog sa ulan sa bukid, naog sa patag, hindi na magtapok man ang tubig na isa na sa isa ka lugar, sa isa ka sapa, sa river. Flash flood. Ang marang dali na baha. Example, tsunami sa dagat. Flash flood. It's developed by hilly and mountainous terrain where the span of the river is rather steep. Mga ganyan mga baha kusog sa sapa o sa Kulangi. Hindi ka mga tingala, kusog ulan ito sa bukid. Manang dali lang kayo. Manang ko ba?
I am the next reporter, letter K. Volcanic eruption. is the expulsion of gases, rock, fragments, and or molten lava from within the earth through a vent onto the earth's surface or into the atmosphere. Lava flow. These are river, the descent of molten rock or lava moving down slopes or away from an eruption vent. Tetrafall or ashfall tephra are fragmented volcanic particles, while ash are fragmented volcanic particles less than 2 mm in diameter but are propelled through atmosphere in an eruption field. An eruption column eventually will gravitationally settle over areas. Pyroclastic density currents are a mixture of fragmented volcanic particles, hot gases, and ash that rush down volcanic slope or rapidly upward from a source vent at high speed. Lateral blast. They are literally directed thrust of hot gas and ash that can be generated from an exploding dome on the summit vent or inside the device when sudden mass failure of the volcanic flanks occur. Volcanic gas. They form a dissolved component of magma that is released to the atmosphere in large quantities during eruption. Lahar, also known as volcanic mud flows or debris flows, are slurries of volcanic sediment, debris, and water that cascade down a volcano slope through rivers and channels. Debris avalanche. It refers to the mass failure of the flanks of a volcano. It refers due to magma intrusion, a strong earthquake, or the movements of faults beneath the edifice. Volcanic tsunami. It occurs in caldera lakes when water is displaced by the formation of the lake floor caused by rising magma or the entry of PDC or landslide into the lake. Ground deformation. Ascending magma can cause the volcano to swell before and during an eruption, causing the ground to break up into fissures, typically along weaknesses in the rock such as fracture or faults. Secondary explosion. It can be generated in still hot volcanic deposits such as those of PDC and lava flow when these come into contact with water by erosion, rising groundwater, or rainfall. Number 1. Earthquake. It refers to any sudden shaking of ground caused by the passage of seismic waves through earth rocks. Seismic waves are produced when released usually when masses of rock trailing against one another suddenly fracture and slip. According to Tibos, there are 2 types of earthquake in the Philippines. They are tectonic earthquakes and volcanic earthquakes. Tectonic earthquakes, they are produced by sudden movements along fault and plate boundaries. Volcanic earthquake, they are induced by rising lava or magma beneath active volcanoes. Tidal wave. It refers to a shallow water wave caused by the gravitational interaction between the sun. Tsunami is a series of sea waves commonly generated under the sea. Earthquakes and waves high could be greater than 5 meters. Local tsunami. These are confined to coast within 100 kilometers of the source, usually earthquake, and a landslide or a pyroclastic flow. Far belt or distant tsunamis. It can travel from 1 to 24 hours before reaching the coast of the neighboring countries. Letter N. Typhoon. Also known as tropical cyclone, there are warm core low pressure system associated with a spiral inflow of mass at the bottom level and spiral outflow at the top level. Tropical depression. It is the tropical cyclone with maximum sustained winds of up to 61 km per hour or less than 33 nautical miles per hour. Tropical storm. It is the tropical cyclone with maximum wind speed of 62 to 88 or 47 knots. Severe tropical storm. It is the tropical cyclone with maximum wind speed of 89 to 117 knots. Typhoon. It is the tropical cyclone with maximum speed of 118 to 220 kph or 64 to 120 knots. Super typhoon. It is a tropical cyclone with maximum wind speed exceeding 220 kph or more than 120 knots. Drought. It originates from deficiency of precipitation over an extended period of time, usually a season or more. Emergency management. This deficiency result in a water shortage for some activity group or environment sector.
Good day, I am the last reporter and I will tackle about the 5 Ps. 5 Ps Crisis Management Model. The 5 Ps Crisis Management Model is an vision to address crisis situation in adherence to the 3 phases of crisis management: the proactive, reactive, and the post-conflict phase. The 5 Ps in crisis management model includes the book of PNP 1999 page 12 is the predict, the prepare, prevent, perform, and post-action. First is predict. Predict is involved of proactive phase. This stage involves foretelling of the likelihood of crisis, either natural occurring or man-made, through the continuous assessment of all possible threat and threat groups, as well as the analysis of development or reported events and incidents. It is undertaken through situation awareness or SA, which is the ability to extract and integrate information in a continuously changing environment and to use such information to direct future action. SA crisis management and into the more challenging but imperative notion of preventing crisis from even occurring. There are 3 types of situational awareness in crisis management: the strategic situation awareness, the operational situation awareness, and the tactical situation awareness. First is strategic situation awareness. It means generating foresight in crisis management. It is strategically preventing crisis. To detect what is happening, to analyze what seems to be happening, interpreting what is really happening, determining how these things could go, preparing warnings, products, and conveying warnings. That is the predict. That is the strategic situation awareness. The second is the operational situation awareness. Its goal is to provide information crucial for the agency department preparation and execution of contingency, crisis action, and crisis recovery plan against diverse threats. The process of generating operational or SA consists of the following: planning and direction. To the operational situation awareness of a planning and direction, collection, processing, analyze and production and dissemination. Please, first is plan. You have a plan, and next is collection to gather information. Then collection, it is process to gather information and evaluating it, and then analysis, and then dissemination. The third is the tactical situation awareness. It is the systematic and continuous process of monitoring and identify threats shortly during the crisis, in preparing and performing crisis action to ensure speedy rehabilitation. Generating tactical SA or situational awareness consists of defining the operating environment of the identified threats or crisis. So, define mo kung saan kakatabo ng mga threat or mga crisis. Next, describe the impact of the operating environment of the identified threat or crisis. Next is evaluating capabilities. Define, describe, and evaluate. Number 2, the prepare. Prepare. This type of post-active, proactive phase. Prepare is essential for effective response. It essentials planning, organization, training, and stockpiling of equipment and supplies. It also includes simulated drills and unspecified days and times test effectiveness of preparation, bring out loss and weakness and correction. Remedies effective to height of level of readiness of system procedures. It covers 6 essential activities of prepare. First is the plan. Next is the organize. And also train, equip, exercise, and evaluate and improve. Next is the prevention. The third, also type of proactive phase. Prevention is a deliberate action that aims to avoid future harm by addressing its causes. Castillo Jr. and Gabao 2021. Crisis prevention is better than cure. So prevention is better than cure. It's closely related to mitigation, which accept that a potential harmful incident cannot be prevented by harmful consequence arising from it can be minimized by a precautionary measure. So, kibali, dili ni mga pungan kung unsa kakusog ang impact sa crisis, but to minimize or mapahinani mo ang consequence nga mahatag niya sa syudad or sa kabutang. At most man-made crisis, this stage involves the institution of passive and active security measures, as well as the remedy of solution of destabilizing factors and insecurity flows leading to such crisis emergency. While most natural crises at this stage requires vigilance and alertness to sign and manifestation of developing crisis emergencies. Warnings, alerts, system to be established to increase the chances or odds preventing the occurrence of crisis emergencies. Next is fourth, the perform. Perform is reactive phase. This type of reactive phase. Performance, the actual implementation of contingency plans when a crisis occurs, despite the proactive measures undertaken. The objective in this stage are to ensure a high probability of success neutralizing the perpetrators, to minimize or caution the adverse effect of the crisis incidents. Performance the actual implementation. It means to minimize, to ensure, to return to normalcy. Once a crisis occurs, priorities shift from building or enhancing capabilities to employing resources to save lives, protect property and environment, and prevent the social, economic, and political structure of the jurisdiction. Next, the 5P is post-action and assessment. 5P is post-conflict phase. Post-action is a component which begins with a crisis has been addressed and situation is deemed clear. So, okay na, tas it is since the phase where the organization is returning to business as usual. So, pag maumana siya sa post-action activities, improve na ways to evaluate and improve prevention, preparation, and the actual execution. So, bali ang post-action is to evaluate and improve the prevention. Bali, para ma-improve ang post-action ang reactive phase. Proactive phase hanggang reactive phase. That's all our reporting for chapter 2.
Thank you.
And we all done. Thank you.